happen. Got a little cabling problem here. One of the drawbacks of having so many things connected. Alright, so let's just call it a Sunday day of rain. Make sure this is working. Yep. It is. Make sure this is working. Nothing severe out of this today. This is just a mass of rain, basically moving southward and eastward a little bit. Starting to fill in back to the west a little bit as well. Pardon me, I'm eating my kolache right now. This will be a short stream day too. I'm just rolling out to check this out, that's all. Like I said in, I think, the description, tropics are quiet except for the wave coming off the west coast of Africa, but I still want to keep an eye on the Western Caribbean, Western Gulf in about 10 days or so. That wave coming off the west coast of Africa, 30% chance that it could become a depression. And probably stronger actually, but over time I think it too is going to make that turn back up, out in the middle of the Atlantic. So when you have quiet weather patterns like this, there's not a whole lot to do really. Actually, not for me personally, I have a lot to do. When it comes out to getting on the road for stuff like this, weather-related stuff, it's pretty sparse. Few and far between. Busy the last few days, working on another project, and put in some crazy hours on said project, which I don't know when it will come out, next year, but anyway, it's like my day on site, on set. I'm gonna say on site, that's what I'm gonna say. Oh, it was a long day. Put it this way. The time I put into that uh, especially Thursday. It was like 20 hours. That's what you call a long day. Now, I'm still eating, I'm still chewing my food. So, bear with me. The fact is, there's not going to be a lot to talk about with this. It's just a big mass of rain. Kind of see a little bit of, well, yeah, kind of pseudo shelf type thing going on here. See that? At least it's something to look at, huh? Beats the heck out of a sunny sky and a capped atmosphere, I guess. Rear camera work. Yeah. Do I have the significance on? I don't know if I do or not. I don't expect there's anything. May only be about a 45-minute stream today. Okay. No, I can do that. Snooze. Yep, nothing of significance here today. Just really, you see how green the fields are out here too. This is still August now. I mean, we went through August in this area with, totally not a normal August, where rainfall was concerned, or even temperature. Now, I already got let me check, guys. I've already got a north wind blowing here. Always like a north wind this time of year. Cools down, makes me feel like spending more time outdoors for sure. be nice when I get some days where there's something really good to stream. Sometimes I just do it for the heck of it, you know, just to make sure everything is still working. I don't like to let things sit for months at a time without at least doing something with it to make sure everything is still good. Now, the only thing I don't have there, I don't have my remote camera in here, so I can't go to remote cameras, but that's where it would be if I had the thing in here. See my marker there, middle left. Yeah, looks like this kind of little something formed out in front of me here. But in my current path, well, actually it's not in front of me, kind of off at my 2 o'clock. I might go down 3059, which is up ahead about 4 miles. I might go down that road just a bit. Oh yeah, I can see it over there. I'll be going towards it in a moment. After I make this turn, I'll get that framed up. It's not, I can probably get the front camera over there, but I'm not going to bother right at the moment. What's behind me? This is the first day in about 5 that I have felt rested, mentally and physically. Yeah. Pretty good north winds hitting the side of me now. I've been so out of touch with what's going on that this might be the frontal boundary, the cold front moving down. I kind of lost track of all that once I went to do project work on Thursday morning. I really hadn't looked back into it because I was so tired that I had to go do some more stuff Friday night, but when I got when I got finished Friday morning, I mean, it was 4:30 a.m. and I slept until 1:25 p.m. Yeah, this is pushing southward really quick, and then Saturday came around and it was I think it was 11:35. See, I finally got to sleep Friday night about 12:45 a.m. and I slept till like 11:30 on Saturday. Slept 9 hours tonight, overnight last night too, so I feel like I've caught up on my rest. for now anyway. There's a lot of tentative things in the future. Where we at? Nice breezy 74 degrees Fahrenheit out there. I'll be liking that. Okay. Let's go this way. How's that sound? What is that getting in the right? Oh, you know what? I think I know. Okay. I think I hit a failure point in there for a minute. Tell you what, that kolache I had earlier really tasted good. I should have gotten another one. Now, this stuff right here to my northwest is currently the heaviest. currently the heaviest. There's no risk of severe with this today. It's just the rainmakers. Just rainmakers. Let me check. Let me check my lightning data real quick. Yeah, there's not a whole lot. There's some, but not much. Kind of low-topped stuff here, I believe. Well, we didn't have, you know, with the timing of the day, there's not a lot of daytime heating ahead of this either, so I guess a little bit of the fuel is a limiting factor there without heat, but yeah, whatever. We'll see if we have a fall severe weather season down here in Texas. It's pretty lame last year, I believe, if I remember. I slept since then, so I don't even remember. But I think it was relatively tame. Yeah, once again, today is just, I'm rested, I had time. We have some little thunderstorms, massive area rain, as you can see on the radar here. Just messing around out here today to make sure everything is working still. With quiet tropics out there, with exception of the area near Africa. It's quiet. It's quiet. It's totally quiet. Really not a lot going on. That which you see on the rear camera right there is what I just drove out from underneath. Now heading northwest, and I think I'm going to go west for a bit. Guess what? At the end of the day here, which is going to come pretty soon actually, I'm not going to be out here too long. I'm not going to be any more than maybe, at tops, maybe 15, 20 minutes from the homestead. Dry up in Ontario? And just at a glance, I just saw that. Yeah. Now, I'm near a lake, and there are a lot of people around the lake. I should have driven over to the north side of the lake. But yeah, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people here. It's Labor Day weekend here, and Monday being a holiday, it basically marks the end of summer. And now you got people with boats and all this, and now you got this moving in, and I'm sure there's people that are out on the water that like, uh-oh, we have to get back to shore. We need to get the boat out of the water. Well, it's not going to be that bad, folks, really, but you don't want to be out there on the water because it is going to get choppy and there is going to be some lightning with this. So yeah, they don't need to be out there. Problem is I can't really, from this side, I can't go out there because I can't get up to the lake because the only roads that go in, they go into state parks, so you can't get in there. And I'm not gonna pay a fee just to drive in there for 5 minutes, then leave. I don't know, maybe you'll get some rain up there. I don't typically look that far north unless I'm looking for cold air. But I would think you'd start getting a little bit of a little more precipitation up there soon. And before you know it, it'll be white. Wonder if I'll see white down here in my part of the country this winter. For the last, I guess, 8 straight years, the last 8 winters, we've had snow down here too. Last year we didn't get all that much. We got, I don't know, I think I had about 2 inches or something, but I wasn't home. I was actually covering a heavier snow event in the Houston area, so I was down there. Trust me, 2 or 3 inches of snow down here in Texas really affects people a whole lot different than it does up north. Oh boy, yeah. Doesn't bother me any. I still go on about my business, but that's just experience. I've driven in the worst up north. I know what it's like. And yes, I would not want to have to deal with that often. But down here, it falls into the category of an extreme. So darn thing went nuts on me again. Going through that low area. I would have thought Starlink would have compensated, but I guess it didn't. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how much of the audio came across. Yeah, wouldn't want to have to deal with driving in the northern snows all the time. Doesn't bother me down here though. Just keep going. The experience of knowing how to handle that and drive in it makes all the difference in the world. And 97% of the people down in this part of the country don't know how to deal with it. I think I've got a thought in my mind here about changing the location of my scene switcher. It's not in a bad place, but I think it'd be more convenient if it was just kind of more directly right in front of me. I'll have to look into options there. I don't have a lot of space up here in the vehicle to do that. Computer, double monitors, and everything else. I couldn't put it there because it would be in the way of the handle that turns the front camera. Don't want to put it up here right on the dash because then the sun's going to beat it to death and it's a little bit of an obstruction. Can't put it underneath that because it would block off some of my gauges. I think that northerly wind shift it's not here, but it's not far away. It's just up ahead of me, I believe. Again, it's Labor Day weekend, Labor Day. I'm doing nothing. I'm sitting at home. I had been on the go last week. I tuned in late, working on another show, and I just, man, you know, when you start a day and it ends 20 hours later, and then you have to go through it again the next day, and that takes the wind out of your sails. So I am not going to do anything. Okay, so I just happened to glance down here. The beauty is there's no traffic out here hardly at all. So the question of where I am, that's where I am. See that dot there on the kind of middle screen left? That's where I am. Now, where is that in relation? You say that doesn't help me any. Well, let's start out. Bob is in Texas. Now I may lose the stream going through these trees and all this other stuff up here. Yeah, Bob is in Texas. Okay, so back off to my southwest is Austin. And farther back down to my southeast is Houston. And well to my north is Dallas. So there you go. Hope that helped. North wind. North wind. I enjoy seeing some of the leaves falling with a north wind. I think the leaves are going to be a little late to fall this year because, you know, we had an August that was, normally you get brown pastures out here. This year, I mean, they're bordering it now because we haven't had any, well, rain has been hit and miss too the last week or so, but typically everything is brown this time of year. And as you can just see going down the road here, there's still a lot of green. So just in the last few days, it is, the grasses have burned up a bit, but you know, we've had the 103, 104 degrees a couple of times this August, but overall, no. Definitely below normal on that, and rainfall in August. Let's see, yeah, I'm fixing to get into some rain here. So yeah, this is going to be again, this is going to be a short day. I mean, I'm just rolling around somewhat local area. Again, just wanted to stream a little bit, make sure everything's good. It still is. I still do have some plans for some changes, potentially camera changes, potentially having a movable rear that can go left and right. Yeah, Starlink's going to try to fail now. I'm getting into the drain. Yeah, a camera that can go left to right. Basically 180 degrees. Rear facing left to right. Possibly a new front camera, but I don't know that that's really necessary. And also, probably a $700 or $800 investment in connectivity. These are all winter projects. I'm in no rush. And I'm doing my research, and I'm looking at, I'm going to build my own panning mechanism. Actually, I have a panning mechanism that runs on 12 volts DC and will rotate 360, but here's the drawback to that. The enclosure that I'd need to put that system in will be pretty darn big. I'd have to probably have 10-inch depth or height, yeah, 10-inch height by probably 6 inches by 8 inches just to put that thing in there. So I'm looking at a much smaller solution in a much smaller enclosure. Custom build the panning device inside of the said enclosure with basically a pole or call it a little mini mast or whatever the case may be to have the camera mount on, and then determine whether, depends on the kind of camera. It's 100% waterproof. I won't try to put a dome over it, but if I have to, I guess I'll have to find or have one custom made for that. We'll see about that. It's all in my mind right now. I haven't even put it down on paper how I'm going to do all the mechanicals and electrical on that yet. But I got a good mental note of what I want to do. Let's see. Let's see what we want to do here. Now, what the heck? Let's check out this Farm to Market 111. I think it runs. Technically, it runs west, I guess, maybe, and then back to the south. I don't know how far down here I will go. Probably not too far. And I also may try to work on the audio stuff just a little bit. Actually, what I really would like to do is I'd like to get a even higher powered primary computer in here and take this computer and move it to secondary. That way I could take what is my current secondary, which is not in here right now. That computer is sitting at home. But move, bird. Thank you. Yeah, what's normally secondary computer in here is sitting at home right now. Because I don't need the mapping. I don't need all that because I know the area enough that I don't need that. So yeah, then my secondary would become what word? Okay, I'm having a brain hiccup here. What would be the third one called? What would you call it? It's not primary, secondary. I don't know. Back up to secondary. How's that sound? Let's see what this is.
Burlington County is the medic 21 people first responders. Burlington County is the medic 21 people first responders. Sears 121-1059, Kenner 145, 1059, Kenner 145, 47-year-old male just had a seizure and hit his face on the way down. He advised he is going to be unconscious, but
that's actually right here in my area. I'm not sure where County Road 145 is. The road I'm about to intersect here is County Road 137. But that's a medical call. It's just now starting to precipitate, I can tell, back at my home. Well, this actually highway spins around. I'm actually going southeast now. This highway ends in 1,000 feet. Yep. Aha. So if you take 133 that way, 135, where do you go? Okay, I know where 133. I know 133. 145, we heard on that ambulance call there, is back to my north. Do a U here. Let's go back the other way. I do not want to take that dirt road. Look at this. Well, there depends what part of Texas you're in, for one thing. Most of the dirt are, let's just say, rock roads. You know, they They use special materials that usually hold up pretty well. They're packed pretty well, but because they're individual county maintained and whatnot. You get on some road that's not, that place is for sale. You get on a road that has no jurisdiction or anything. I mean, you can, unless the owners take care of it, whatever. Yeah, you can run into some really nasty stuff. I can actually take you to a few, but I'm not doing that today. But I can take you to a couple of them that are actually maintained, but said maintenance is not all that great. And when they get a lot of rain on them, they're no fun. We got a good north wind blowing here. At this point in time, I'm actually going to make my way back towards the homestead. And I'm going to spend the rest of my day, once I get there, doing whatever I please. You know what I mean? I don't have anything that I say, you know, I know there's things that I need to get done. But at the same time, some of the things I need to get done aren't going to happen because it is raining. It is raining now at my home site. You can see that. Not raining any more than what I've been in, but still. It's not something I want to do when the things that I have to touch are all wet and whatnot. Plus, I'll get my feet dirty. Plus, I don't feel like doing it anyway. It's not like it has to be done today or even tomorrow. Just out of curiosity, since I don't have any mapping, I'm wondering what my next county road is. I know that call was for 145, and I think I should be going, any county road I encounter off this Farm to Market Highway should be counting upward, I think. I haven't thought about it and haven't taken the time to look and see what's next. What have I passed, in other words? That call passed, in other words. That call for County Road. It may be on the other side of the highway intersection. No, maybe not, because the one to my right is 101. Well, 145 has to be close. It's probably just to my northwest on this other highway. Well, hope they're okay. Right. Okay, I just see first responder coming out of the station over here in this little small community called Deanville, Texas. And Let's see, they're going to turn which direction? Yep, they're going to turn right, so they're going to be in north. Nope, 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 they're going straight across. So I must have passed 145. Maybe 145 is spurs off of 144 back there somewhere, I don't know. Yeah, look at this. This is pretty lame. Just clouds, 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 and rain. I'm sure you'd like to see that up there in our Toronto area. Right now I'm going home. Everything works. There's still development back to the west. It's going to move this direction. It's much more sparse, of course, but there's going to be nothing significant out of any of this today. Just some good rain. I mean, there's not even any really good lightning. These things are all low topped, it looks like. See, here's County Road 142, goes to the right. So yeah, 145 is back up there. Okay, we're past that now. And I'm down because I'm going to lose all my land-based data right now. All my AT&T stuff is down right now. All I have is Starlink. That's typical for this area right here. The AT&T will come back shortly. And I'm in a little bit of rain, but Starlink is holding fine. It's the heavy rain where Starlink has a problem. Just to think a year ago when I did not have Starlink. Now Verizon would have still worked, so don't get me wrong on this, but given the same scenario where I don't have my Verizon data even available to me because I don't need it year round. So let's say Verizon's not even in the picture, but when both AT&Ts would have gone down, guess what? The stream would have been gone. Thank you, Starlink. Even though it has its hiccups too, it's not going to be a perfect world. Yeah, doesn't this just look like, I mean, 72 degrees Fahrenheit out there right now. A rainy day. I mean, it's a good day just to chill out, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. That's what I'm doing now, let's be honest. That's what I'm doing now. I'm just taking a Sunday drive. We're just watching some clouds and driving around in the rain. Something totally different than what I've been doing for the last few days. Finally rested and really honestly feeling recharged, both mentally and physically. But just because I'm recharged physically doesn't mean I want to go discharge, which you know what I mean. Yeah, it doesn't mean I want to go discharge, which you know what I mean. Yeah. Where there's a bunch of trees and everything else. Yeah, the trees and everything else that knocked my signals down. So we had a hiccup. To be expected. A little unstable right now, but that's because my AT&T services are not the best. Hey, I could always go home and keep the stream going. Just switch my connections over. See, I have at home, I have I have hardwired internet because a service provider has equipment at 120 feet on one of my ham radio towers at my home location, and so I'm hardwired right into the mainframe on that, and then I've got a secondary wireless connection to their access point, so I could do dual bonded connections on that, and I could actually run the stream at a huge, I mean, HD bit rate off that. Yeah, I could, well, I'd probably get water on the windshield though, but I could probably, now if I backed in far enough, I don't know, with a north wind blowing, my vehicle would be facing the north, and so I might have raindrop just keep flying in and getting on the windshield. Keep it going. Everybody just kind of, hey, what's Bob streaming today? Well, he's streaming from his driveway, and he's streaming rain. That's all he's doing. But he's sitting in his house watching television. The front and the back look the same because we're just in this. Ah, thank you. Gotta love those little water droplets getting on the lens. Yeah. I don't know. I may get home. I may switch the streaming over to that. Leave it on for a while just for kicks. I got to take one of my pups on Tuesday. Let's see, tomorrow we got Tuesday to an ophthalmologist. Got to get him checked out. Yeah, this is the good kind of rain. It'll soak in really good. Now again, I'm sure that the people at the nearby lake are enjoying this, that all these hundreds of people that have come out for the Labor Day weekend to spend it at the lake on their boats and fishing or whatever, and now, head for the camper. We're going to be in a camper. You're going to be in there for a while too. Hey, call it poor planning if you want. I mean, I knew it was supposed to be like this weekend, you know, during the holiday weekend. Several days ago. I'm probably looking at those free phone apps, looking at the forecast for free phone apps, where it's saying, yeah, 40% chance of rain. Okay, yeah, okay. To say it's going to be rainy most of the day. Maybe an occasional break here and there. It depends on how much everything back to the west fills in, because everything to the west is it's still going kind of in the southeasterly path. I've actually got stuff out well east of me that's actually looked like it's trying to trend to go more east, but I'm not worried about that. So I'm nearby home actually right now, very nearby. This is the landscape of where I live. This is it. Up here on this ridge. Just for kicks, let's check the remote at home and see what we got in rainfall so far. Okay, that's interesting. It has only rained 1/100th of an inch at my house. Unless it hasn't updated just yet. I say that was at, oh gosh, it hasn't updated the, it hasn't updated since 10:49. What's up with that? Huh. Okay, maybe my rainfall doesn't update as fast as everything else. maybe that's it. I mean, even my wind is, no, that's the gust. Uh, 10:49 a.m. is when I had, okay, this is throwing me off here. It's saying 0.9 at 10:49 a.m. I don't know. I mean, it could have missed. I mean, it may be right. I could have just missed where my rain gauge was by a matter of yards where some of the heavier rain fell. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, back off here. I guess all the wildlife is probably hiding in the woods. Get to the wildlife here in a minute. Let's see. I don't see any. I don't see any of them. Oh well, there's a couple of them out there. There's somebody behind me, so I can't really slow down. But okay, there's a couple of elk out there. Axis. There's a couple of four more axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Most of them have gone into the woods because they don't want to stand in the rain. Checking the radar. Yeah, that one AT&T phone, that thing's got a bad connection on it. I think the charging port needs to be replaced on it or something, but it's an older one. I'm not too worried about it. Just for kicks, I was saying that amateur radio. Okay, there's some of my. You didn't get that. I don't know if you got that or not. Yeah. Eventually, I'm going to make it into my driveway here. Go over here though first, because I don't think that came across a minute ago. I talked about amateur radio and antennas, towers, and there's some of the stuff that's up here. That's just some of it. That's not all of it. Why does it not want to work right? Okay, anyway. Dang it. So that's part of my amateur radio setup. I can't even get to the top of that one. So that is so weird. Yeah. See, all these are homemade antennas. I built all these myself. I can't tilt up any more than that. Up here. Oh, that's why my cord is tight. Okay. That up there, that's the internet stuff up there. I can't turn anymore. All right, with that, time to call it a day. Thanks to the few that did ride along with me for a little bit, and I'll catch you next time. I just need to open this window up so I can end this. Still waiting for something tropical in the Western Gulf, Western Caribbean, some potential there maybe. And then we got the fall severe retake, redo, cut, reset. Okay, the fall severe weather season to deal with. See how much that pans out. All right, let's see. I got to click on that and. Yeah, I'm not going to leave this running, even connected to my well, I can't get my studio to load for some reason. Just leave it on the radar till I do get it down. Okay. Okay. Gonna work. I know the video side's not going. It's weird. This is weird. But I'm not good right here anyway. All right. I'm done. Catch you later.